Hello, and a very good day to you. I hope you had yourself an amazing Wednesday. It is the 4th of September 2024, 1856 East African time. And this is the updates with me, Dimori. Of course, I'm here to tell you about each and everything that was making headlines in Africa, keeping you on the know on what was happening in this beautiful part of the world. I have news from all over Africa. We're going to be looking at Namibia, where Namibia is looking to cull at least 700 wild animals to solve their hunger problem. And of course, they are saying that there are too many animals in Namibia and they need to be culled. So we're going to be looking at that. We'll be looking at Congo, where there was an attempted jailbreak that saw at least 129 people dead. There has been too many murders in Congo and in Africa that sometimes we do not understand the magnitude of some of the things that we report. For example, reporting on 129 people dying, 129 people is a lot of people to die in whichever circumstances. So in Congo, 129 of them died, most of them in a stampede, as there was an attempted jailbreak from Congo's main prison in the capital. We're going to be looking at that, with at least 24 shot dead by warning gunshots as they tried to escape from the Makala Central Prison in Kinshasa early Monday. So we are going to be looking at that in a minute. In Uganda, Bobby Wine was shot in the leg as he was during a clash with Ugandan police. Ugandan police don't joke. They shot him in the leg near Kampala, leaving him seriously injured, according to his party, the National Unity Platform. So Kyagulanyi Sentamu, that is Sentamu. His name is Kyagulanyi Sentamu. I don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right, but that's Bobby Wine's name. Was in a video that I'm going to share, you'll see him being supported into his car after the accident that happened in Bulindo, Wakiso district. And Ugandan police don't joke, and democracy in Uganda is not as you think it is. Being shot in the leg is not a warning shot. Don't be confused by that. Let that not lie to you. You are more likely to die. Even get shot in the leg, there are very high chances of you dying, because if the bullet gets to one of the main veins, one of the main arteries or veins, then you're going to bleed to death. There are certain veins in your legs that, if shot, you're still going to die. So you might think that is just to show you that the Ugandan police are not joking and they can take out anybody who, for that case, looks like they're opposing the government. So there are veins in the body, in the veins or in the leg also, that if shot, you're dead. So, but they shot Bobby Wine. Lucky enough, he's alive and in the hospital. So we're gonna be looking at that. We're going to be looking at the Algerian election, which is going on, and that is basically being fronted on voter apathy. Why is it being fronted on voter apathy? Because there is boycott happening and there is inflation happening in Algeria. So there are very few campaign posters. The billboards are empty. The TVs are not even broadcasting the contestants touring the country. So it looks like more people are concerned about the inflation and the effect of the high cost of living, high cost of school fees, high cost of food, and they no longer now care anymore about politics and politicking. That is why the election looks like it is going to be determined purely on voter apathy. In Kenya, we're going to be looking at how the University of Nairobi is facing backlash from people after it turned out that it has a work study program that it is paying people shillings 50 shillings. 50 shillings is not even half a dollar. So the university is paying people 50 shillings. We're going to be looking at that in a minute. But our main focus of the day, of course, is going to be how Elon Musk's Starlink is taking over the Kenya's Telco space to a point that it forced Safaricom, which is Kenya's biggest telecommunication company, to sue them in court because it has taken over Kenya's telecommunication space. I'm going to be looking at that in a minute, but let's start with Uganda because it's where it's close to home. And what happened to Museveni today? Museveni was shot in the leg as he had a confrontation with the Ugandan police, and he is seriously injured and in the hospital.
The crowds and the moving. Crowds. Manage the crowds and the moving. He has been shot. We will speak later. He has been shot.
All right, we have just heard that Bobi Wine has been shot. This is what's going on. We are in Bulindo, and Bobby has been shot. What's going on right now? He was planning to. This is what's going on.
That is Uganda's main opposition leader in so much pain after he was shot in the leg during the demonstrations, during a confrontation that ensued between him and the Ugandan police. As I said, don't think that being shot in the leg, you might not die. You might be shot in the leg and you die because if they hit one of the veins, the main veins in your leg, then you're dead. So that is just to show you that those people are not joking around. And now his party is reporting that he's in very serious condition. His party is the National Unity Platform. Is reporting that he's in very serious condition after he was hit by a bullet below his left knee. So Bobi Wine is not even that old in the Ugandan political scene. I remember the first time he contested was in 2021. I might be wrong, but I know there was Kizza Besigye before him, who half of the time he was in Kenya, in Kenyan hospitals. You know, he would come to Kenya, recover, go back to Uganda, get beaten up, come back to Kenya. So I think he used to go to Uganda on weekends to get beaten up and then come back to Kenya on that man retired. Yeah, not the Ugandan people anymore. Yeah. Kizza Besigye was in Kenya more than he was in Uganda. He was in Kenyan hospitals more than he was there. He would get tear gas, roughed up, would get his legs broken. Let me see if I can find a piece on him. So now he gave up on those people. He said, you can now fight for yourself, brothers. I'm not getting my legs broken again. Yeah.
He had no choice but to come to Kenya. You see them Ugandan hospitals, you showed me shit. We weren't gonna get no relief in none of that shit.
It's Bobi Wine's time now. I think Museveni realized that they've never touched Bobi Wine. They've actually never touched Bobi Wine like that.
He can't touch him. He's told not to touch him. He's the new puppet. He's told not. He's told him. Listen, if Bobby Wine was a real opposition leader, they would have been killed his ass. I already told him.
How did they shoot him today? How come they shot him today?
That's a good question. We never know. It's not an unanswered thing. Maybe that's just some lone person. I just have information, that somebody touched the puppet. I don't know. I'm pretty sure number 7 man. He's already. That's a no-go for you. You can pretend like you're going to beat him up, put him in jail, then let him back out. Put him in jail, let him back out, put him in jail. If you're down, you'll watch you too. their new puppet because he's got the mind of the youth. The youth are not educated to know that he's a puppet. They don't have argue with this Ugandan lady. So Rich said, "Yeah, they crazy, Keith. You can't reach them." I tried to show him. He's with Bill Gates and the Rothschilds. These owns the banks. He's a puppet. He's a new puppet. You understand this? No, he's our leader. He's gonna reap him who's 70. Yes, God damn the ignorance now. Oh, the circumstances behind it, I don't know if this is even fake. You know, they try to make him look bigger. Yeah, it's like the fake Trump shooting. Nobody shoot Trump ass. They don't flood. They stage shit all the time for it. It brings more sympathy, more support. Yay! Trying to kill our Bobby Wine, but he's invincible. Yay! They tell you he's in critical condition. Ain't nothing wrong with his ass. He's in the chilling with a Coca-Cola, looking at football games and shit. Soccer.
So before Bobby Wine, there was this man.
Don't ever believe. Never take what you see as face value tomorrow. Don't ever believe what they show you. What's the agenda? What am I looking at? What's the purpose? Why now? Why shoot Bobby Wine now? What's going on? So it doesn't mean he's not a threat to the 70, so they wouldn't be interested in shooting his ass in the leg. And if there was a real shooter, you don't shoot for nobody's leg, you shoot for the goddamn skull. I'm shooting you in the face, blowing your fucking head off. So this all reeks of fakery to me. Phony. Look at Bobby Wine's in critical condition. Watch, he's gonna have a miraculous recovery. It's gonna put his support numbers up. My God, that Bobby Wine is unstoppable. I smell bullshit. That's what I smell.
So before Bobby Wine, there was this man who I told you was in Kenya he would be in Kenya for the week and then go to Uganda for the weekend, get beaten up, report back to Monday. He would do press conferences in a Kenyan hospital. This was one time he was admitted in the Nairobi
Dr. Besje, who addressed journalists outside Nairobi hospital, has maintained that the war. Dr. Besje, who addressed journalists outside Nairobi hospital, has maintained that the walk-to-work protests would continue until government addresses the rising cost of fuel and food, which led to the protests. The FDC party president is recovering at the hospital where he is being treated for the injuries he sustained as security agents violently arrested him near Mulago last Thursday.
It sounds phony because how's he been allowed to go back across the border from Kenya to Uganda?
Maybe
if they want to stop him,
Museveni would be waiting for him to have him beaten up again. He would ask, is he back?
I know. How's he getting back? He's a citizen, right? How's he allowed to go back into Kenya? Because Uganda would stop him at the border. So you're not allowed to leave the country. They would seize his passport. Same way they did Wiggy Jiggy, whatever that dude's name, Wiggy Jiggy Joe in Kenya. You see someone's passport, the more he wouldn't be going back and forth like, nah, this is some clown shit. Because if he's a threat to the government, the Senate's going to say he's not allowed to leave Uganda at all. And all checkpoints to have his face, have his passport seized. He can't get across to Kenya. So I smell bullshit on this too. I smell bullshit.
Besje denied allegations leveled against him by President Museveni and Internal Affairs Minister Chirundet Vejinda that he was armed and attacked security officials on the day of his arrest.
The beatings were not fake though, they would be on camera. The beatings were surely original. The others,
I don't know. I don't know the circumstance. I don't know. I can't say if his beatings were.
His beatings were on HD. They would get beaten up in HD.
Leveled against him by President Museveni and Internal Affairs Minister Chirundet Vejinda that he was armed and attacked security officials on the day of his arrest.
Apparently, it was actually that opposition leader who first sprayed pepper spray against the police officers.
When that incident happened,
This Seneca,
was recorded in the
that's not a
minutest
complete moron
detail
there.
by the very media operators who were around. And certainly it can confirm without the slightest doubt that we were not armed with any kind of gas or anything like that.
Besigye appealed to his supporters not to take revenge on Gilbert Arinaitre, the plainclothes police officer who was captured on camera smashing the windows of his vehicle and dousing him with pepper spray.
And we have advised our people they must make a statement that clearly states that we have no intention of retribution in our activities. We are completely peaceful in what we do.
Doctors attending to the FDC president, led by Dr. Timothy Biachika, say his health has improved considerably and that he has now reasonable vision after remnants of chemicals were cleaned from his eye in an operation.
But who's funding him? Where's he getting his money? How's he going back and forth? Why is he going to keep going to Uganda to get his ass beat and go back? Who's funding this? The ass whippings are real. Who's funding it?
Who's paying him to get beaten? That's the question.
Yeah, who's paying this? What's the agenda? What's behind this? We just
via bands to his eyes.
He's going to press what?
He suffered earlier on, prior to Thursday last week, a fracture of the right hand that had dislodged somewhat and needed to be refixed, and multiple soft tissue injuries to his body.
Dr. Biachika says Besigye could be out of hospital in the next 4 to 5 days. Besigye also claimed that his life was in danger. He, however, referred to the threat as an occupational hazard.
But I'm sure this is what happens to all people who offer their services in the kind of stations we do.
It sounds so Nelson Mandela-ish. I mean, that other man broke his neck and his hands, and he's telling the people, "Do not revenge on that one." And now,
exactly? What did he accomplish? Nothing but getting beat the fuck up. So what the fuck did you accomplish? What bullet laws of power did you create? Nothing. Just getting beat the fuck up. So, why follow your crazy ass? I'm not trying to get beat the fuck up. Keep following your advice. Your advice don't work.
Opposition leader was admitted to Nairobi hospital on Friday night after government dramatically reversed a decision to block him from flying out for further medical management.
Yeah, they would have already blocked him from ever leaving the country. That's why I said this. Some of this shit that don't make no sense to me. They would have already blocked the fuck flying out. He would have never got across the border to Kenya. That's easy. A fucked up country like Uganda, a banana republic. That's easy. One of the main things they do, the real opposition is, hey, you're not leaving the country.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you to a black site you never heard from again too.
So
and who's to stop us? Nobody.
The question is, what does he accomplish with all this? Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll be speaking to his kids and they'll ask him, what do you do for a living? He'll say, I get beaten up for a living. That's what I do. Everyone, a man, I get beaten up thoroughly. And that's how I get to pay my bills, brothers.
Right.
Relent.
Get my ass beat, brings in more donations. Yay.
Delay. Maurice Cho, NTV Weekend Edition.
So this was the opposition leader before we had Bobby. Bobby Wine is now the current opposition leader. And of course, we've started seeing he got shot.
See, but I know Bobby Wine is really, see, I don't know nothing about this guy. I know Bobby Wine is sponsored. He's sponsored by the powers that be. That's no doubt. But you some kind of idiot. You've gone to dinner with Bill Gates and all the movers and shakers. But say, yeah, you're gonna be our new puppet. Museveni thought he's gonna be able to turn the country over to his son, Captain Crunch. And nope, we're not allowing that. No, nigga. Your son's not gonna be any president of Uganda. You think it's all these other niggas get to hand their countries over their sons? You're a moron. Your son is even dumber than you. The answer's no.
And Jibba
But,
says he's trying to mimic Trump with fight, 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 and he says at least he'll get a TED talk.
it's something because it's all phony. Like, hey, come on, man. Come on, man. Something's not adding up. Doesn't make sense. I'm just going over here constantly getting my ass beat. Why am I doing that? For what purpose? And who's funding this? Where's the funding coming from? I want to know. Shit. How's he got a nice car in Uganda? What is he doing? Where's his money coming from? Is he a politician over there? What? I mean, what's he doing? Where's his money coming from? You got money to travel back and forth, Kenya to Uganda and all this other shit. Shit costs money. So you got to show me something.
Mm.
I'm just a freedom fighter. Nah, I'm not falling for that shit.
And it sounds too Nelson Mandela-ish, this whole sagas. And as that was happening in Uganda, in DRC, 129 people died. And I was saying we report on death so much that we do not understand the magnitude of some of the numbers we read. 130 people dying is a lot of people dying in a single day. Those are the number of people that died in Congo as they were attempting to break from a Congolese prison. It's called what's the name of that prison? I've forgotten. The Makala Central Prison in Kinshasa. So about 24 are shot dead on the spot by the prison guards. The others died from the stampede. A total of 130 in the overcrowded. The prison has a capacity of about 1,500 people, but it holds 12,000 inmates. That's almost 10 times over its capacity.
That's called crazy.
Yeah.
Means the place again are inhumane. The slums are inhumane. Imagine the prisons in Africa. Inhumane.
I don't want to tell you stories about the prisons in Africa.
Oh god damn, you got stories of the prisons too?
No, I didn't go to prison myself, but I've had a friend of mine.
I'm not saying you.
Prison, please, come on.
I'm not saying you went to prison tomorrow.
No.
I'm saying you got stories. That's what I'm asking.
I had a friend of mine go to prison, and he not to prison. He actually went for remand, the one that you go to before your case is mentioned.
Jail. Jail.
We call it remand in Kenya.
Okay.
Stayed there for 2 weeks. If I bring him on the show, he narrates some of the stories that go in there. It's crazy. The fact that they don't even have things as simple as toilet papers are not there. They're not toilet papers in that remand.
Damn, so what do? You wiping your hand? You wiping your doodle with your hand?
Yep.
God damn. Everybody walking around smelling like piss and shit.
Come on. And so you're telling me that it's not that the tissues are not there. The toilet papers are there, but they're sold. So the government gives toilet papers to the prisoners, to the prison guards. The prison guards sell them to the prisoners, to those in the remand. So if you don't have money to buy,
I'm in prison. Where I get money and I'm in jail. So.
They give you the phone. You can call home and ask for money.
Mama, can I ask somebody to wipe my ass? No. Gotta feed the cows. God damn it. Wipe your ass with your hand.
It's crazy. I'm going to bring that friend of mine on a show, and he's gonna. You hear some of the stories on the things that happen there, the food, and how terrible the food is, the beating that you get every day. Actually, beatings in Kenya were allowed up to, I don't know when they were banned. A judge would jail you and then add the number of strokes you have to get a day.
Number of strokes?
Yeah, strokes. Yeah, they would say strokes.
What?
Let me read that for you. There was somebody who was jailed, and in the 90s, that is, I don't know when that statement, that sentence was banned, because I don't hear it nowadays. But up to the early 2000s, you'd get jailed, and then you'd have like, you have been jailed for 5 years with 4 strokes of the cane every day.
That's insane.
Uh, so the Congolese prison had a capacity of 1,500 people. It had 12,000 inmates, and that is why they broke out.
How
That
you
is
doing, man?
about 8 times more than its capacity. 8 times more. The facility has had several other jailbreaks. There was one in 2017. The other one was a religious sect that freed, they prayed and they went and freed people in 2017. A religious sect freed the inmates, told them, "You're forgiven, brothers, go back into the world." But this time they were not as lucky. As they were trying to escape, they were caught. Gunfire, 24 of them died from gunshots. The others died from stampedes, and 60 are injured and are in the hospitals at the moment. And there were also women who were raped in that ordeal. That is DRC, with its overcrowded prison and yeah. Moving on, let's look at Namibia, which is seeking to cull wild animals in an effort to curb the hunger that is happening there. There is a drought and a hunger that is happening. And so to address that, they have decided that they are going to cull 700 wild animals in national parks. So that is to combat food insecurity. So now you won't be having food, you'll be fed with zebra meat and hippopotamus, and 700 of them. So the government offered another explanation, saying that it is also seeking to reduce the number of animals to allow national parks to have more water reserves during the drought. That is, the number of animals is too high for the little water that is available. So they said that the operation is going to be led by professional hunters, and it is going to target the following animals: hippos, buffaloes, elephants, among others. So that is the meat that is going to be supplied there. There's going to be hippo meat, buffalo meat, elephant meat, among others. 700 of them are the ones that are going to be culled. I don't know whether this is a good idea. I sense a lot of ivory and game trafficking that is going to happen from the same, because in as much as the professional hunters are killing the elephants for meat, what happens to the ivories? What happens to the tusks? The buffalo, the rhino tusk, and the elephants?
Exactly. And who the hell is eating elephant meat? I'm not eating that shit. And that he said
So this comes.
That zebra meat. I'm not eating no fucking.
No, that's what you get right now. Namibia declared a state of emergency due to the drought affecting all of Southern Africa. So now, in the World Food Program, the WFP refused to give them enough money, enough funding. So now, kid, if you are in Namibia, you either choose between zebra meat or hippo meat.
There's no fruit, Demore. There's no fruit. There's no fruit. I can't eat fruit. I'm not eating no fucking hippo. And I'm not eating no. There's always fruit, Demore. There's always fruit. I ain't gotta eat none of that meat. I'm not eating no fucking horse meat and hippo meat, all kind of strange ass shit I'm not supposed to be eating.
They're not fruit, of course, because as you heard, there's drought and crops are not doing well. So you have a choice. They're giving you a good choice: hippo meat or zebra meat.
Hippo meat. You know, fucking hippo meat, right? Man, you fucking trying to eat a goddamn hippo? That shit,
Yeah. You either have hippo meat or zebra meat. And if that doesn't sit well with you, you can try buffalo meat.
You just keep naming one crazy shit after the next. Why we ain't got no chickens and other regular shit?
Nah, they don't offer that. You either take buffalo meat, hippo meat, or zebra meat.
Mm.
Yeah, those are the choices.
Gonna be rough for me then. I'm be
Michelle is
sunbathing.
Michelle is not having anything to do with the elephant meat, and she's saying
Me neither.
that's a disgrace.
I'm not eating none of that shit, Michelle. I'm not eating the hippo. I'm not eating no goddamn. Yeah, can you imagine eating a motherfucking hippopotamus? Where you serve that shit? Look at this big ass thing of bloody. Nah, I'm not eating no shit like that. No, this can't be right. This can't be.
No, but they're giving you choice. It's either hippo meat, zebra
Nope,
meat, buffalo
nope.
meat, or you die.
Then I die. Sometimes,
Come on.
sometimes some things are worth dying for. And if
Yeah.
I gotta eat that shit, I might as well go ahead and die. Life ain't worth living no more. Eating that kind of shit. Life is already fucked. Life
Ziba
is
Zaba is
fucked up no
also
more.
Ziba Zaba is also of the opinion. Are they opening the hunt for foreigners for the trophy? Because it's okay, we're having the elephant meat. What happens to the tusks? Looks to me, it looks like
You know, what about all
trying.
the white people? Look. I bet you $10,000, jibber jabber. The white people who live in Namibia, who own all the land there, they just like South Africa. White people own all the land, all the farmland is theirs.
Mm,
Black people own shit in
and they're
Namibia.
not
So
having no zebra meat.
I bet they're not eating zebras,
Yeah.
hippos, or none of that goofy shit. The white people in Namibia. I bet you $10,000 they not eating that. Mama, I heard something on the news that we gotta start eating hippos. Baby, that's for the niggas. We don't, we don't, we don't eat no shit like that. We white people. We don't get down like that.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I almost forgot. I tell my black classmates, you niggas eat that shit. My mama said. My mama said that's for you poor niggas.
Yeah. Wow. It's a disgrace, as Michelle is saying, the fact that we are so rich with, the best fertile lands and the best climate, but our people have to eat hippo meat.
Yep. That's the mismatch. Africa's not united. Because you have one area of Africa, the people agriculture can feed the whole damn continent.
Mm.
And so that would happen if African countries that are not together. Shit. Somebody be no fucking hippo meat. What are you talking about? A whole hippo? All right.
And as we come to the end of the show, uh, Kid has refused to
Yo,
partake in
Joby
either
said,
zebra.
is Joby around there somewhere?
Yeah.
Joby said she got tapeworm. Ask Joby would she eat some hippo meat with her tapeworm and ass.
So that is what was happening in Africa as our Namibian brothers are being forced to
Ask
eat
her damn tomorrow.
wild meat. She's in the back office. She can't hear me.
Okay.
So in Namibia, they are being forced to eat wild meat. In Congo, 130 people died as they were trying to escape a prison that has a capacity of 1,500 people but had 12,000 inmates. In Uganda, Bobby Wine was shot in the leg during a clash with the police. So nothing positive really coming from Africa, just hippo meat, zebra meat, Bobby Wine getting shot, Congolese people dying. That was Wednesday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Sounds like
Michelle,
another day in Africa. Shit.
enjoy your day. Michelle, Jiba
Motherfuckers
Jaba.
eating hippo meat. Nobody got no damn paper to wipe their ass in jail. Boy, just craziness everywhere. I mean, motherfucker
Musk,
want me to eat fatty ass elephant meat. Shit. What is this on my plate, man? Oh man, it's the special day. It's big game elephant. What? Man, I'm not eating this shit. Shit.
much
That guy
love,
had
brother.
me.